Hey everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back. CattaBlah, playing Donkey Kong Country. On this level for the, I don't know, fourth time maybe? What's the chances I'm gonna... Well, last time they had like 4 bananas leading down, which made it look like there was actually a secret. Like, look at this.
Yeah, that's kind
There's
of
nothing down there.
Do your spin move.
Fuck that. A bunch of assholes. It's just rude. That's just rude if you ask me. Alright. I hit the halfway point. I should have just done that originally anyways. Alright. Hey. Boom.
I've been kind of debating talking about this on our Talking Plays, but I was reading... Oh, that sucks.
Oh, you can't move.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was reading this article, and then there was a video associated to it, and we said we never really want to get into this subject, but I kind of want to.
And what is the subject?
Gender.
No, we're
okay, but it's an interesting story.
Okay.
So we don't actually have to get into like gender and non-gender binary airplanes. But
I don't want none of those airplanes. Those airplane genders.
yeah,
I identify as an airplane.
yeah. But it was this guy. So he was abused his entire life.
Okay.
Sexually and physically by men.
Okay.
And then when he was in his 20s, like, he was abused for 16, 17 years.
Okay.
Immensely. Like, I don't want to get into it because I don't think it's appropriate to talk about it, but it was about as bad as you could get in sexually, emotionally, and physically. And in his 20s, he decided that he identified as a woman.
Okay.
And the article was all about, should this person have been evaluated by a mental physician before given the option of a sex change, which they did do.
They did do what? They evaluated him?
No, they gave him the sex change, and I just...
Or sorry, her, I guess.
Her, yes. Hey, we're not against it at all. It has nothing to ever do with that. It's the question of where do you draw the line? Because there are people that are just born with a female brain who are male and vice versa. So where do you draw the line of... Oh, fuck, did I fuck that up?
You might have. Yeah, I don't think you can... Unless you can get up from here, then I don't think so.
But where do you draw the line where obviously that person needed like mental therapy before the decision? Fuck. Granted, may have, if he wasn't abused, he still may have chose to be a she. But should there not have been a mental evaluation first based on the past? I don't believe everybody should have to do that, but based on the past, should there not have been an interview and then gone from there? And should it not have been a longer process to decide if it was a physical abuse thing? Because sexually abused by men and physically abused by men for 16 years and then decides I'm a female. I don't know. In my mind, there should be a mental evaluation there.
But at the same time, does it matter? Because, I mean, if that's what's going to make them happy, then...
But is it going to make them happy?
Only they can decide that. How can somebody else decide if it's gonna make them happy or not?
I agree.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of opposing sides and views on the subject, but it's like I understand if what you're saying, like, they may regret it later and decide maybe they don't want to be a female anymore. Maybe they want to go back to being a male. I mean, who knows? But at that point, like, it's tough to say. It's tough to say, oh no, you can't do this because it may make you happy now, but we don't think it's gonna make you happy later. It's like
I don't even think that they should say you can never do this because of these reasons. I think it should be like, let's identify. It's no different than alcoholism. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's no different at a base level for mental health issues. I
mean, just maybe in this specific, in like cases like this, I guess, where there's the abuse behind it. But I mean, maybe that's the reason, and they just can't look at themselves anymore because of the people that did it to them, right?
Exactly. Like, why? Maybe they see they're looking at their male face. Maybe they see their abuser in that face. But like I said, with alcoholism, like people always try to say, well, let's figure out what's causing the alcoholism before we just tell you to stop drinking. You can't just tell somebody to stop drinking. It doesn't work that way. There's obviously a reason why they drink. So let's figure that out first. So let's say this person gets a sex change, but they're still going to be struggling mentally with everything that happened with them. Let's talk about drug abusers. The same thing. Drug abuse is a very big mental health issue. We should be helping them instead of throwing them in jail. Drug dealers, fuck you, I hate you.
Well, yeah, they're the ones who are causing all the problems, really.
But these people that just don't have an avenue to discuss, their addiction and getting the mental health that they need, that's what really bothers me. So, I don't know, I just thought it was an interesting article where I agree that everyone has the freedom to choose their gender. I mean, to a certain extent. I have my own views on that. But when it comes to, obviously there's a mental health issue that maybe, I'm not saying it is, but maybe influencing the decision, should we not identify that beforehand? That's my question.
I know, and it's always going to be a gray area because nobody's ever going to, like, it does. If you try and tell anybody what to do, they're automatically going to get up in arms and say, well, you have no right to tell them what to do or how to be happy. And even if you're not telling them what to do, but you try and give maybe your opinion on the matter or whatever the case, they don't want to hear it.
And that's a sad part because I want them to be happy, absolutely. And if that's what, and if changing gender is gonna make them happy, 100%, I completely support that decision, 100%. But what I want to do is help them in more ways than one, and I think that's where my whole thing comes into play. Woo! I don't know. I just think that there's more than one way to skin a cat, and yeah, there have been instances where people did suffer from abuse, and then they got the gender reassignment surgery, and then they regretted it, and people did kill themselves. So,
and I that is one of the things too. Like one of the arguments that a lot of times gets made. Like I know that
this is slidey.
Yeah. Well, you're on ice. It's like the whole thing about people committing suicide after having it done.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I haven't researched much into that, so I don't know like what the statistics are in that. So I'm really not gonna speak on it because I can't say. But like, I mean, if that is the case, who knows what the reason is? Like, I mean, if the reason is from the surgery, well, I mean, I guess technically, if they have mental health issues, that could have happened anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's such a hot topic that it's just like, I didn't even want to. Half the time, you just don't even want to talk about it because it doesn't matter what you say if it's not something that affects you, and then people just don't want to hear about it.
No, and I agree. And for me, my whole thing has always been my entire life to help out as many people as possible, and making sure that people are getting the help that they actually need. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I just thought
okay.
I just thought it was.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make sure you don't hit that guy when you jump on this edge.
I can't turn around.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I just, Oh. Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. I don't know. Just the world is kind of a crazy place these days. There's been a lot of changes in the way that people think. And as a liberal, I completely support these changes. I just feel like sometimes liberals are almost liberal to the point that they're conservative. You know what I mean?
Not really.
They're liberal to the point. Everybody has equal rights except for you. You can't say what you're thinking, right? Like that's a conservative way of thinking, and it's just something that kind of makes its rounds.
Whee!
Oh. I was like, what's this idiot doing?
What an idiot! And that's that level.
But
yeah, it's a lot of people try and do that though. They'll be like, everybody should be able to do this, and everybody should be able to do that, but you can't do this.
Yeah.
You can't talk about this. You can't say this. You can't whatever. It's like, well, see, the problem is that if you're trying to go for like everybody having rights and everybody whatever, you can't really pick and choose, because then that's like you're completely going against what you're trying to stand for.
Like the most liberal people ever would have been probably the people from the 60s and 70s. Like those are the people that you should be looking up to. That really, I hate that roll. I hate it.
Well, I think it's great.
Because I try to run and I hit that and then I roll off the ledge.
Well, then you can just jump while you're in the air.
But they were all about peace and love for everyone.
Peace and love.
Like, I think the biggest... What's it called?
Penis?
Yes.
I knew
was a man named Ron Jeremy.
I mean, he did have a big penis.
He's got a huge cock.
Huge cock! I always find it funny when I see him in movies.
Yeah.
Like, why are you in a movie? You should not be.
You know what? I'm done talking about gender. Let's talk about Ron Jeremy for a second.
Let's talk about it. The big cockmeister himself.
You know what, dude? That dude lived the goddamn life.
And he was, like, the ugliest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Like, that was the biggest thing, is he is this fat, ugly, like, homeless looking motherfucker, and he is just banging the hottest chicks in the world.
I mean, a lot of girls, they're just like, they hear well, he's got a gigantic dong. Let's give it a go. I
always laugh when girls say, oh, size doesn't matter. Fellas, if she's telling you size doesn't matter, it's because she wants to make you feel better.
Yeah, oh, fuck, I'm so mad that I couldn't get that halfway point. Huh.
Size definitely matters.
Yeah, exactly.
If size didn't matter, then why, when girls hear he's got a giant schlong, do they just want to see it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's the same thing. If a girl's got like a big rack, you know, we're gonna look. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's not like we're, you know, if we have a girlfriend, we're cheating. It's just like you see something, it's like you gotta look.
You can't say that though. It's okay to objectify a man, but you can't objectify women.
That's true. That's true.
That's
I should have known better.
As a fellow feminist, I'm very disappointed in you right now.
That's, you know, and you should be. Honestly, you should be.
This episode is going to shit.
Oh, fuck. Isn't that usually how it goes, though?
Yeah.
Whee!
I like having these kind of more in-depth discussions, though.
So do I. I just hate the fact that, like, there's some stuff you just can't talk about. It's like, I would love to just be able to talk about anything, but, like, there's just stuff where it doesn't matter. People are just going to get mad at you.
If you are...
Yeah.
Sorry, like, if you are offended watching this, don't just call us a cunt in the comments. Like, the point of these talk and plays is to get a discussion rolling, and we enjoy having a discussion with you guys in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, everybody's gonna have a different view, and you know, just because somebody has a different view doesn't mean that they're an asshole. I mean, most people, I'm not saying for all people, there are some people that do like being assholes, but
like the KKK, like they're pieces of shit. Completely agree with you. Anybody that wants to cause harm on somebody just for whatever reason, that's not what we're supporting. But different views, like being left or right leaning, and you're thinking that they're evil just because of that, well, that's not right.
Yeah, people should be able to have different views and not, I don't want to say not judge each other for it, but I would hope not judge each other for it, but also be able to stay peaceful and like, okay, you have your view, I have my view. You're not a fucking asshole and the scum of the earth because you don't believe in what I believe in.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have a hard time doing that, like separating the two, which is unfortunate because then that's when you start having the issues of like, well, we can't talk about this and we can't talk about this now because, we can't talk about it because we don't agree. And so if you try and talk about it, then you're an asshole.
Yep.
It's too bad, but I know. I don't know if that's ever gonna change, unfortunately.
That part clenches my ass.
Oh, dude, we're not even at the worst barrel parts yet either.
Is there anything over there?
No. There's another barrel that shoots you to this part of the level if you get it.
I don't lose the K.
I think you shot over it in one of the shortcut barrels. I don't know. We have different opinions. I hope that you guys don't judge us for it. We would never judge anybody on their opinion unless it's like I want to slaughter everybody.
I love Hitler.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe you're wrong. I mean, maybe that's not a good view.
Yeah. Maybe you should stop.
Yeah, maybe just don't have that view. So.
Yeah. Take your hood off and peace and love.
Go crack open cold with the boys.
The boys.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.